Wassail! Hello, beautiful people. So, this is very busy season for all kinds of planetary stuff going on. There's masses of energy changes, but first and foremost, we've got a full moon in Capricorn that's got a lunar eclipse um, on the 4th or the 5th, depending on where you are. So, there is so much going on. I need to say thank you very quickly at the beginning for all the subscribers. We've hit 4,000, which is really amazing. I'm really touched. Also, if you're applying for a reading, when you send the money, can you type that it's for a reading? Because some people are making donations, and I'm getting a bit confused. And I've set about doing the readings, and they'll be being published and posted on YouTube with a link for you all soon. But anyway, let's crack on with this because this is exciting. I was channeling rather oddly Braca Goldsmith in a dream last night. I sent her a message and said it was very odd. She was having lots of people around and she was extremely tired, and I said, could I get you some water? And she went, no, it'll be all right. I just need to feel cleansed. I'm a bit wiped out by the energies, and it did make me laugh because the reading I wanted to do today is about the three great cleansing energies, but we're going to start with Jupiter. Jupiter is the thyroid and thymus. I've already got the thyroid and thymus is an energy center that works and behaves completely differently to all the other energy centers. Now, all of our chakras come in through the back of us, they wire through the spine, which sits behind us, and the nervous system, and then they enter your body, and then they come out and they flow around you. All of them. So even the third eye will come around and flow back round. Ones that don't behave in the same way, obviously, are the crown, because that's another cleansing energy. The Gaia, Uranus energy is coming into the body and linking down, just like the spine and nervous system. And the note C is very odd, the root, because that behaves in that it comes up from the earth as well as coming down through the body and passing through. But the important thing is the thyroid and thymus is our energy wings. So this one comes down into our body and goes down our sides, and then it rotates around and up, and it creates giant energy wings like you would see on an angel or a light body flying being. So the point of this one is all of the other energies pass through it to cleanse. So we're going to ask about that one first, but I'm going to hum you some of the G notes. This one I usually, when I'm sound healing, I stand at the side and sing it down the shoulders. This is the great cleanser. Remember, Jupiter amplifies everything, and so it's almost like this one's your boost batteries. This one really does amplify, cleanse, purify, and this one's really important to have working. Quite often people come in with only one side online and the other side not. See, that collectively is outside the body, but hey, do you know what? The sun's come out. It's been raining, so this morning the message on my way to the studio is this buck moon in Capricorn that's coming is part of a link, is linked in to the eclipse, but this is like the inner sanctum. This is the expelling of things from within you. Now, I saw, we have a lovely colonnade along the seafront that's sort of Georgian, so it's very old. sort of 1830s. And one of the columns is cracked, and although it wasn't raining heavily, somehow the rain had built up, and from inside the column, rain was being expelled, and I was being told to witness the idea that this was nothing to do with the column. The water doesn't belong to the column is itself. This is energy that's stuck inside the column, but the column was expelling it, and that's what we're doing, and that's why this Jupiter sound is so important. I'm gonna sing it again because it was outside of the body, and we need to go internally with this in order to be able to expel the other energies that are coming later. I'm not getting the full harmonic sequence yet, so I'll just do it a few more times. No, they're saying cards. They're saying we need to understand what it is we're trying to expel. You can't expel it if you don't know what it is. So, Jupiter energy, please. What's going on with this Jupiter? Great expanding. Now, Jupiter is in retrograde at the moment. Loads of places are in retrograde. It's in Capricorn. And it goes direct, stationary direct on the 12th of September. So, thyroid and thymus is stationary enough for us to grab hold of the energy, look backwards, and see what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a divine moment. 27, the Hunter. This card's coming up a lot at the moment, and it currently links in with Neptune, and Neptune is also in retrograde, and that's the one that I can't help thinking this moon, the moon is right next to this frozen heart. The Five of Cups in this Muse deck speaks very much of the energy of what's going on here, the Five of Emotions. It's this DNA, Age of Pisces trauma. That's what needs to be cleansed from our bodies. So this is a divine moment, this eclipse. I would suggest, I'm always talking about this, but getting some water. I need something to lift the water a bit higher so that you can see it. Get some water, focus your energy on it to say, thank you for removing, beautiful water, the old energies that are stuck within me on this moon. And I'm going to say to you all that you need to do Age of Aquarius moon magic, not Age of Pisces moon magic. This is Age of Pisces energy. This is the hunter. This is the person that seeks out solutions through abuse of others. You need solutions through connecting to the collective now. So it's not about going down, lighting a fire, writing a list, burning the thing. That's male magic, raw masculine magic. It's kind of cheap drugstore wizardry. This is High Priestess, divine feminine, mind magic, and all you do is you speak your wishes and then it happens. Remember that in the air are all the elements you need for mind magic. You don't need to burn a fire, put crystals down for the moment. This is pure intention. So Jupiter wants you to focus on purifying away these energies through pure intention. Let's take one of this double Anna Stark deck. They came out too quickly. I'm not having those. I'm going to rifle them. Because want a really beautiful message. The sun is shining. This is the weirdest thing. It's expect the unexpected is the other message I've been getting today. There was no hint that we were meant to have any rain overnight, and yet rain came to purify. It's like planning is not what you need to be doing right now. You need to be flowing. That's a really big message for the next few days. To try and flow and to try and learn messages being given to you. So, can we please have... Okay, we've got two. Immediately, we've got Minerva, Mars energy, rooting yourself down. You've got to root this new divine feminine energy. We're trying to create inner harmony. We've got 27, 28. This is a natural progression that we're moving through. Creating inner harmony, a completion and a new beginning. This I am getting programming crystals. So it's really important to to take your crystals and to expose them to the full moonlight. If you can find a windowsill to place them on, or if you have a garden space or somewhere outside where they will be safe, take your crystals, cleanse them if they're allowed to go in water, but get them into this moonlight, because this will help you then to take the crystals in the day after the moon, sleep with them and witness the dreams that you need. Then we have Divine Will, card 12, 3, a journey. Also the number of months, the number of hours that's changing. So let go of fear. There is something rather eclipsing about this. There's also something about, like, there's a figure down here and there's a figure lower down, but the message I'm getting from this is the bending of rock. It's like rocks are formed through the will of the gods, through the will of the power and energy, and hidden within rocks are elementals, you know, and these elementals, if spoken and if conversed with, if honoured, if, you know, you might take, I don't know, you might take some mead, some honeyed wine, and make an offering to the earth. There's something about us connecting with the earth that is part of this cleansing Jupiter energy. And yellowing orange, this golden light of the new frequency of the earth, the sacral, the body. This is about ridding our bodies of toxic energy. So look, what else do we have from the Moonology cards, please? We don't need all of those, but we have one down. The energy is gaining momentum. The energy now is gaining momentum. It's a waxing moon, because obviously we wax as we prepare to fill up to meet this full moon. But this energy is gaining momentum. I'm immediately hearing from this card 14th of December. So 14th of December, people. Oh, wrong one. I want this one first. What is Jupiter's message, please? What is Jupiter's message, please? What is Jupiter's message to us and to the earth? What is Jupiter's message? Oh, it looks so beautiful. 1310, 1310, death and fairy tales. Death and fairy tales. So, this transformation, the moth. The moth is a really significant creature at the moment. Moths are appearing all over the place. And I do want to say, a couple of things here. I want to say pajama party. I think it's about having fun. It's about not tangling yourself in wrong thoughts. It's like you were presenting the bottom image, this overly made up. This is the age of Pisces. This is the energy of being something you're not revealing your inner truth. And this is that sense of being tangled in the web. Now, the image above, the Silence of the Lambs one, is about a new truth, but the moth is covering because you have to find your own inner truth. You have to seek that inner sanctum during this full moon to find what your truth is. And then we have Ten of Pentacles, materials, but it is the Ten of Pentacles. Now, this is about deciding to be the beacon to others. When you find your truth, you shine like a huge blossoming, blooming beacon, a floral pharos, and below in these kind of soft sepia are lots and lots of people joining together to come around your light. The moths to the flame, moths to the flame. You become the flame and the moths come towards your message. So that's part of this energy. I feel like the collective energy since the last one is an unblocking of the throat. My throat feels wide. It also feels lower today. So we need... I felt like I was talking and they weren't the right cards, but I'm being told to just stick with them. So there's a healing going on, the Four of Swords. We have roses growing up, tattooed up this lady's arm. She also has a rune that is a portal gateway tattooed upon her, and her blue flary jeans also have roses. It's a reference to this wonderful energy, and it's about the dream world. This is that mention that I said of your crystals and witnessing the reconnection of your heart and the healing of your heart so that you can bloom. But your crystals will bring you this message on, you know, the 6th, the 7th. Oh, actually, there's something, I'm sure there was something there's a big healing that will start to take place on the 11th of July when Chiron will go stationary retrograde. So this period now between this full moon is this Four of Swords energy, this new healing to begin to blossom. And remember, we're heading towards a new Mayan year, blue lunar moon year. So that's a biggie because it's when, and that starts on the 26th of July, and that will involve the stripping away of all falsehoods to reveal only your inner truth. So this is where it begins for the light workers that want to do this. So we have again, this is the next part of this divine masculine earth energy eclipse that took place on the 21st, on Midsummer's Day, coming together to rebuild brand new ideas. So that's what Jupiter is wanting to give. There's still clearance to be done. But that clearance will take place in this forthcoming few weeks. So let's just have... That was much, much clearer for everybody. I will join them all up at the end. So the next cleanser that we have to look at is Gaia consciousness. Now that's so weird. It's just gone all really, really dark and moody again. The sky was blue. A massive rain cloud has just appeared. Expect the unexpected. Great cleansing. So this is crown chakra. I have to keep moving back. I've ordered a microphone, but I feel like my voice is becoming too powerful for the tiny microphone on my phone, and I'm making it bubble a bit. So, collectively, oh la la, you've no energy in the now, no energy in your now, it's all in the past. All of the energy that you're consciously dealing with in this period is old. You've got to face this old stuff. I'll do it a couple more times and see if I can pull it across, but I think again it's going to be after the message that we'll get there. Yeah, it's still collectively. We're dealing with old Neptune energy that's coming up. Oh, I want to burp again. So, it's getting darker and darker. This is all this Neptune darkness coming to the surface. Let's see if we can get the sun back out, people. So, what does Gaia... What does Gaia, the crown chakra, wish to have us understand? Oh, that one did a little bouncy spin. 1244. 1244 will become significant to you. So, remember that from a heliocentric view of the world, of the cosmos, Gaia's all up on her own, but Gaia's coming in to say it's coyote spirit, it's divine detours, it's wearing your heart in your mouth. It's so from that card before where the moth was across the mouth, this is a divine detour to see if you can spit out to see if you can spit out all the falsehoods that exist within your auric field that don't belong to you. You don't even know they're false. That's the whole point. They are DNA traumas that are within your body that have been poked and made to feel like they belong to part of your lifestyle, but they're not. They're not part of your conscious soul contracts. Your consciousness made soul contracts and came down here. They're part of leftover hangover contracts in your DNA from your parents' lines and all the way back through time. Now, we have 44, the sacrifice. She's letting go of everything so that she can release the moth renewed from its chrysalis. Now the moth represents the soul. This is getting our souls back. So it's very, very beautiful energy. I'm just looking to see what's hidden within this. I'm getting a sense of crazy monkey down the bottom of this card. The heart symbol is now connected to the throat. Speaking the truth. You've got to speak truth. There's a sense of peacock feathering The monkey, swirling cheeky monkey, is the need. It's like you can't stop a monkey from its truth. A monkey will. It's almost the three brass monkeys are a lie, in that they hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. No, do all of those things to release it. You know, they're almost like a way of holding you back. The universe, your consciousness, wants you to engage in excitement, in living in thrills, and that sense of is the peacock's blue wonderful throat energy. Also, 44 is the master number of the fourth dimension, which for me, and the way my guides speak to me, is where ancestors live. Now remember, a lot of the ancestors who are there, they're not really, it's not their full energy that's there, it's a trace of their energy waiting for you to heal and release traumas that they were unable to release because they couldn't in their lifetimes. It's not that they did anything wrong, they did exactly what was meant to happen, but they were just like this. It's like they'd finally like the room cleaned up properly so that you can sell that house and move into a new one. So leaving the house of Pisces, moving into the house of Aquarius. So that's the general energy. Let's see what the cosmos... And the sun's coming out. You see, the sun will come out tomorrow. I really don't want to sing that song, I'm so sorry. But it will come out tomorrow and the next day. Sometimes those earworms are so bad. Lovely, it's showing me that card at the bottom, but it's not to be read. It's the Ascended Masters. It's number 2. So what do we have, please? I'm not taking those. So not fallen. Can we please have a message from Gaia about what our consciousness needs to do in this very busy month as we're working up towards many new income. Look, there is the column that I saw this morning. This is card 46, an ending and a new beginning, purifying your inner body, DNA, divine blueprint. And we have 21. Oh, looky, looky, look. 1, 2, 2, 1, mirrors. This is the energy of mirroring numbers keeps coming up because frequencies are being turned from one thing to another. So raw masculinity turned over into divine femininity. Everything's being switched and turned. This is to illuminate the shadows, to focus on a solution. Purification and focus on a solution. Now, inside this card, we've got masses of animal spirit help, and we've got peacock energy and crystals. Again, wow, we've also got music, coloured music, all the colours of the rainbow running round a stave. This has got so much. There's the coloured music coming in. We've got crystals forming here to tell the story. All up here are the eyes of the peacock watching you, spirit. Down here we have a whole series of spirit animals in the shadows waiting to be illuminated. We've got a jaguar. Karma is being released. There's almost there's so much music in this card, so much music. There's a whole new frequency coming in, and I'm gonna say it again, but a lot of the current problems, look, Gaia, and this is Gaia's message, Gaia keeps making outbreaks take place around food packing companies, and it's always to do with animals. The death of animals is where the outbreaks are taking place. You know, the fact that this new possible swine flu outbreak in China now is around people handling pigs. You know, I'm not going to say to you, you have to give up eating meat, but you do. So try and find a better relationship with animals. Don't have pets and think to yourself, you know, that my pet knows when I'm taking it to the vets and it doesn't like going there, and then imagine somehow that a cow doesn't mind going to an abattoir. These are all these paradoxes that we haven't learned from, and there is this sense of we need to wake up more, and that's why we need to become beacons. We can wake up to these things. Anyway, I really hate going on about that, and I really wish that they wouldn't keep giving it as a message, because I'm not trying to say it's a holier than thou thing. It's just choices. We all make choices, but I feel like we're being guided to choices that we need to make. Be bold and make the first move, as I'm saying that. So maybe you have to be bold and make the moves, people, on diet, you know. So I'm not going to say anything else on that. Gaia, please. What are your messages? I'm getting a very, very hot head now. My crown chakra is burning with heat. Oh, it's on fire. Fire. 10 of emotions. We're getting a lot of this energy. We had 10 of materials, 10 of emotions. The promises, the solutions past the divine detours and the sacrifices are absolutely beautiful. There's celebration, there's passion, there's dancing, but we've got to go through this purification to illuminate the shadows. You've got to face darknesses to see the light clearly. So what do we have here? Oh, we've got a lot of cards. Gaia, talky. So, this is such a sad card at the moment. The way they keep showing me this is... Look, I want to say that this is part of the energy of female existence since throughout the age of Pisces, but how it changed in the age of Aquarius in the 60s. It's the divine feminine descending. She's kind of become all emotional, and she says, do you know what, I want to have sex, I enjoy sex. And then she's made to feel like she can't look at herself because she shouldn't have engaged in that. And then finally she steps into a pool. But actually today, and it is still that energy, but this card is Gaia consciousness. It's about saying that the divine feminine consciousness energy in all of us is suffering from this because it couldn't connect to the earth. And the sun is getting brighter and brighter now. And we have the 3 of materials coming in with this. This is talking about age of Aquarius, descending energy, weaving together people to come together as one. It's no longer the energy. This is a pathway forwards. 3s are a pathway. So we've got fire, 5 of inspiration, change the inspiration, 3 of pentacles, coming together, working together to create something new. I mean, it's strewn with the roses that we see in this card from Jupiter energy. You know, it's all coming into it. I want to say it's all going to be really peachy because there's this frequency of this soft, gentle orange peachy colour. It's even in the Be Bold and Make the First Move moon. There's something they want you to say. They want to say it's going to be peachy. We've got to open 7 of inspiration. I'm getting massive ear ringing on this side now. So understanding the truth of where we're heading is what clears this energy from the past, the old trauma to the new energy coming forwards, and that's We're now at the point where when I sing this sound now, it'll be in both sides for us to heal that side. So 7 of inspiration, there is a new energy portal opening. And this is the most wonderful on the outside rune shape. And I'm still not learned of the runes, but I am going to tell you the name of this rune just very quickly because it's coming up a lot and it's very important, but it's spiritual inheritance. So let me just look. It's Odhal, sacred inheritance. This is what this is. It's a promise of a sacred inheritance coming through. It's a cosmic healing. Again, everything's going to be peachy, but we've got to let ourselves get through this energy. What are we coming to? Look, this is Hierophantrix energy on a big old giant globe of divine masculine earth grid with the divine feminine seated. This card is often a battle between the two, but in this card, there's such comfort. The only thing I would say, he has a slight frequency of, it's not shame, it's a kind of, it's like he's, the earth is still remembering the frequency it's put us all through, and there's a little tiny sense of, and it's not even embarrassment, it's really hard to put into the words because the earth knows we had to go through this energy. So it's not like it's really ashamed, it's almost us that feel ashamed, and therefore the earth feels sad that it had to put us through what we went through. It really wants this collaborative, wonderful age of Aquarius energy to prevail. So let's just go into this deck to see, and then we go back to doing a little bit of the bee to cleanse that energy on the top of the head. And then I'm going to separate them from each other because quite often the G and the B get very close together and they need to separate their two spaces. So what do we have as the final earthing message in our body, Gaia? What's the earthing message in our body, Gaia? Oh. 7-7, 7th dimension. So 7th dimension, I'm not going to go too far into that at the moment. The 7th dimension is the dimension where we begin to understand the building blocks of the universe, and we have to start considering building our ideal universe. It's a very much higher frequency. You don't have to worry about it for now. I'm not sure why they're bringing it up in my head, but just so that you understand. So 7 of Swords, Crow, ugly truths are about to be revealed to help us exit. The 7 of Swords is always about exiting. There's in the distance, there's a skyscraper village. I am getting a sense of, of letting go of possessions, letting go of crutches, stabilizers, things you think get you through life. It's a message that you see quite often at the moment in the age of Pisces. It's the I'm getting this ugly truth. It's like everything has to change. Everything's got to move forward. As I said, the toxic energy has to clear. The sun is beaming down. Did you hear that guy just did a lovely crow noise as he walked by? So the crow's really shouting, spirit's really shouting. Crow often crows on about 6th dimension. This is the world where animal spirits dwell. And we go to the animal spirit realm if we haven't dealt with the fact that we've been abusive to animals. So that's just another little reminder, and I'm asking them please to just let go of that now. I'm just going to smooth out the input ear where they talk to me so that we can change the message. So this city in the background, it's the truths of the American dream, the sort of fiddling that I'm not blaming just America, seriously I'm not. It's they're delivering it me that way because it's beginning to crumble, and it will crumble first there. But it's everywhere, all over the world. Games that have been played have to change, and we have to become new spiritual warriors. We've got to cut away at things. There's the one thing I'm finding very difficult in this card is the actual dagger is the sword, but the idea is, oh, thank you. I was very uncomfortable with it because they were making me look at it, and I was like, it can't mean a sense of violence, but it's a little bit like a magic thought. Oh, that's what it's connected to. It's this energy when we speak our truth and sacrifice, doing the mind magic of wisdom, the new Gaia style high priestess moon magic with this full moon. That's when it happens, and that's what this is. It's the eclipse. You've got to speak your truth on the eclipse. The dagger is a sword shrunk, because the idea is that we need to stop with the knives, the swords, the guns, all of that, and create things to actually work with the land, you know, to reap rewards for people, to feed people, to look after people, and to stop abusing people. And that's how we get to move forwards. This is the Chariot. There's also, oh, that's interesting. 2 blue and 1 maroon. 2 blue and 1 maroon. 2 blue and 1 maroon is going to mean something to one person, and there's a red curtain that hides the 2 blue and 1 maroon. Something's hidden. It's like you're going to open a curtain one day somewhere, and a message where something, you're going to see 2 blue things and 1 maroon will come forwards. There's 2 pathways. There's a black and there's a white pathway here. There's the white horses on the black pathway, the black horses on the white pathway. It's about the integration of everybody as a collective moving forwards. This chariot is being pulled by thought alone. It's a different frequency. This is magical. This is so wonderful. And again, we've got this peachy sky coming in. So let's have the joining of those two. I'm going to move back a bit. See, now that's both ears. So we've got that connection back now. It's not over on that one side. Oh, that's beautifully rich. We'll come to them again, but now we need to go back to the last of the 3 great cleansers. The adrenals, the liver, the kidneys, the spleen, all those wonderful things that need cleansing, dark emotions. So, going to sing a quick little bit of it. This one's cat high. I might just try doing it in the lower pitch first. The sun's come out to melt the traumas immediately. That's beautiful. Thank you, Cosmos. So, what's the message, please, from Neptune? That one went in, came out, and slid. Oh, it's my hummingbirds. This is the energy that is needed. This is Venus kissing Jupiter back in January. This hummingbird is awake. I always see this hummingbird as frozen, but this hummingbird's got its eye wide open today. Where else are hiding mushrooms? Where else are hiding hummingbird, I was going to say, and they put the word mushrooms. Fungus is what. So, funguses are fungus is how trees and plants talk to each other. Funguses are the largest organisms in the world, and they reach between plants. They're under the ground. If a tree is attacked, that it sends a message to the fungus, and the fungus sends a message to all the other trees, and they can start to produce sort of scent or poisons or gases to try and protect them from the attack that will take place. I think the very largest organism, living thing in the world is in America, and it's in it's somewhere that begins with an M, and it's near the Blue Ridge Mountains. I'm not very good with the geography of that area, but there's a fungus under the ground and it's miles big. It's really worth a Google of, because it will get you to understand. They really want me to say to you, it's like the fungus is the internet. It's like the internet is our way of connecting to make our world smaller. Fungus is the thing that makes the world smaller. We need to connect with each other, but the internet at the moment is in danger, is what they're saying. It's being used it's the thing is, they're saying it's in danger. It isn't in danger. Everything's happening exactly as it's meant to. But the thing that we need to be aware of is that the very large bosses and corporations of the internet are trying to kind of grab some of the control away from things and decide what you can and can't see. And the whole point of the age of Aquarius is for us just all to come together and to share. Let's all say it together. Let's all share. So this is the energy that Neptune is bringing forward. This purifying of the heart will take place through that. So let's see what the cosmos has to add to that beautiful opening of the third heart. It's interesting because the third heart connects up the thyroid and thymus to the Jupiter energies. I don't know what node or how it works exactly, but it is aquamarine, and the sun is getting shinier and shinier now. And now we have the beautiful, this was a 2 and 6, this was an 8, an abundant change. Now I'm getting exploration, 6 and 7. This is the head of the phoenix, this energy piercing through, but it's 13. This is the new divine feminine number of birthing something completely new. The 13th of July might have some kind of magical energy. I know there's some, let me just check the dates. I wrote them all down to keep track of them, because there's so much, honestly, there's so much going on. We've got the 8-8 portal coming up. There's also going to be a Mars in Aries 9-9 portal this year in September. So let's take Moonology. They're in my hand. What does Neptune, what do you have to say, Neptune? There's 2 cards. New moon in Virgo. So this is the 9th of the 9th. This is the Mars in Aries reference I've just made. But it is this a time to give rather than to take. This is beautiful energy that we're moving towards. And then you've got a waxing crescent moon, which is have faith in your dreams. We've got to believe in the new future that we're creating. And the more of us that do that, then the more beautiful and the more tangible it becomes, more comfortably, because we all start to believe in the good rather than in the fear frequency. So what do you have to say, Neptune, please? What's your other message, Neptune, please? What's your other message? What's your other message, Neptune? He just wants one. Neptune just wants to say, Neptune is the key. Right now, the release of, look, all of her arms behind her are covered in the tattooed stories of the age of Pisces. The age of Aquarius is before this key, this Yggdrasil, 9 realms key, 9 being the divine number, is unwritten as yet in terms of where we live in time. And there's a sense of yo-yos. I've never seen that before. Yo-yoing, because these things are all repeats. They've happened before, they will happen again. And that's why we shouldn't fear them. I'm also getting the image of sugar skulls around her head and her consciousness. I'm getting peonies, dense emotions blooming with this change of the heart, like feeling love in a way that you didn't know you could. But this yo-yoing, there's a joyful flicking forwards, whereas the old yo-yos are being pushed back now. They are no more. I'm getting ghost monkey. I don't know what ghost monkey means, but we had the monkey earlier, and he was kind of pushing through. It's kind of an age of, I kind of want to say cheekiness. Oh, I've got monkey on. I've just realised. Born from an egg on a mountain top. That's relevant today. Born from an egg on a mountain top. Pure thought. Monkey was pure thought. That was a stone egg that was magically fertile, and out of it grew a stone monkey who became an immortal being. We're growing out of a new cosmic egg. That's, I think, the message that we're being given there. The cosmic egg of dreams. We're being given the key to crack open and come into something new. That's a bit of a heavy pull. There's one card, 2 cards, and that's your lot. 2 cards, 1910 or 1019. It's the sun, beautiful, beautiful energy of joy, happiness, warmth, with the 10 of Pentacles again. We're moving to new fairy tales. Where's that one gone? It's all about completion. Completion of the old, age of Pisces, out the way. Look, who wouldn't want to live in this world, eh? Apart from their clothing. Don't like this, don't like these outfits. So you can buy better clothes in the future, honestly. So I don't know what else to say about that, because to me that energy is so absolutely blissful and harmonious, and it's got the Kabbalah Yggdrasil, Tree of Life. I just want to say, it feels as though you will, as we unburden, as we go through this, you will begin to heal your bodies. I've been getting that energy for a long time. You're going to start aging backwards somehow, so that we're all lighter and we can begin to enjoy the energy of being alive rather than fearing the movement of death. I'm not saying life is forever, nothing is forever, but there is this real sense. So let's have a look at putting all these energies together now. Oh, I'll do that again. Cool. So, just to end, do you have Moonology cards? A final message for this lunar eclipse. There's two cards facing up the wrong way. I don't want them. I want one to fly out. The sun is coming out so beautifully. There we go. Two cards. I think it's two. Shouting. It's all that high flat. Hold your vision. Fixed moon. Oh, it's time to release negativity. That's the overall message. Negativity within our DNA. It's time to release the negativity within our DNA. So that's the message, people. Have a lovely moon. And I'm going to get on with all these personal readings that you've been sending in. And I'm excited about that. Wassail.